Have you ever stared at the skyscrapers of the ultra-rich and wondered why you are stuck grinding in the dirt just to pay for rent? You sacrifice your weekends. You break your back. Yet every single month, you are left suffocating under the exact same stack of bills. It feels completely unfair, doesn't it? But here is the brutal truth that no one has the guts to tell you. Money does not care about fairness. Today, we are stripping away the lies. You are about to learn the exact laws your schools hid from you, your parents never understood, and the elites will never utter out loud. These principles aren't warm, comforting, or kind. But once you grasp them, you will never look at money or human behavior the same way again. Law 1. Weaponize your silence. Look around you and observe a fascinating pattern. The poorer a person is, the more they talk. They loudly broadcast their blueprints, brag about their dreams, and constantly gossip about the day they'll finally strike it rich. But the truly dominant, they exist in absolute silence. They aren't quiet because they lack ideas. They are quiet because they recognize that silence is a lethal weapon. In the arena of wealth, the average person sabotages themselves using nothing but their own vocal cords. They whine when they are exhausted, boast the moment they secure a minor victory, and broadcast their raw emotions like a beacon for others to exploit. Niccolò Machiavelli masterfully understood that the individual who commands silence ultimately commands supreme power. Why? Because silence generates psychological pressure. Starting today, cease your constant craving to be heard. Step back and let the room speak. Let them reveal their hand. Your job is to observe, record, and bide your time. In this reality, the loud merely attract attention, but the silent command absolute authority. When you learn to weaponize silence, you stop reacting to the world and start controlling it. Drop a comment below right now. Silence is my strength. Leave behind the desperate, expressive faces of the working class. From this second onward, you no longer open your mouth to prove your worth. You speak exclusively to conquer. Law 2. Become a living labyrinth. Learning how to stay quiet is an excellent shield, but silence alone will not save you. If an opponent can still read your facial expressions, they can still manipulate your actions. That brings us directly to the second Machiavellian pillar: become entirely unreadable. Recall the last time you experienced intense anger, anxiety, or raw fear. Your eyes darted, your vocal tone shifted, your posture tightened. In that exact split second, anyone watching you possessed total ownership over you. Niccolò Machiavelli explicitly warned that a true ruler must learn how to master the art of calculated deception when survival demands it. He wasn't advocating for mindless cruelty. He was demanding total emotional sovereignty, absolute control over your expressions, your reactions, and your exposure. If you've spent your life being a book that people read too easily, comment below, never again. From this day forward, you are no longer a simple open book. You are a complex, shifting labyrinth. Your enemies can try to enter your mind, but they will wander lost in the dark, never finding the center. This is the second law of Machiavellian wealth. Convert raw emotion into lethal strategy and transform your expressions into supreme control. In a loud culture where everyone is screaming their feelings to the world, the person who remains unreadable rules them all. Law 3. Master the predator's patience. You have unlocked silence. You have learned to mask your mind. But there's a final psychological trait that forever divides the apex predator from the common herd: the predator's patience. The vast majority of society is profoundly impulsive. They frantically sprint after every single shiny object that crosses their path. They panic and throw tantrums the moment a plan goes sideways. They act on raw instinct, think long after the damage is done, and completely mistake frantic motion for actual progress. But Machiavelli understood a brutal, unyielding reality. The fastest do not win the game of power. The most patient do. Patience is not passivity. It is silent, focused aggression. It is the highly sophisticated art of doing absolutely nothing until doing nothing sets up the perfect lethal strike. If you have ever lost money, a relationship, or an opportunity because you rushed, comment, "I will wait like a predator." When you master true patience, you stop chasing the world and start hunting it. The impulsive are inevitably swallowed by chaos, but the patient construct absolute empires from the wreckage. Dominance does not belong to those who run the fastest. It belongs entirely to those who can wait the longest, moving only once when the world least expects it. Law 4. The principle of leverage. You have mastered your internal world. You can wield silence, maintain an unreadable mask, and wait out any storm. But Niccolò Machiavelli knew that internal discipline alone will never make you incredibly wealthy. You can be the most focused, brilliant, and disciplined person alive, but you will remain broke if you insist on fighting solely with your own two hands. This is why Machiavelli put down this timeless rule. A leader must master the art of utilizing the resources and arms of others. Highly powerful individuals never fight their battles alone. They execute everything through leverage. This is Law 4. Leverage, the sophisticated art of multiplying your presence. Look closely at economic classes. The poor trade their limited time for money. The wealthy trade engineered systems for total freedom. The working class tells themselves, if I just put in more overtime, I'll get ahead. But time is a finite currency that can never be multiplied. Once a minute is spent, it is gone forever. If you have ever worked your fingers to the bone only to receive a tiny paycheck, comment, "I need leverage." The exact moment you stop chasing every single micro opportunity and instead focus on building systems that naturally attract wealth, the entire game transforms. The reality of this world is harsh. Raw effort is noble. But structural design is infinitely superior. The strong do not win through brute muscle. They win through superior architecture. The basic worker runs frantically. The master strategist directs. And the one who holds the ultimate leverage owns the final outcome. Law 5. Control the narrative. We have analyzed how the global elite utilize leverage to multiply their power through systems and design. But there is a form of leverage that scales far higher than software or labor, an invisible force capable of bending entire global markets, shifting nations, and controlling generations. It is called the law of the narrative. Niccolò Machiavelli cracked this code centuries ago, when he observed that mankind is fundamentally driven by imagination far more than by cold logic. Human beings do not follow rational data. They follow intoxicating stories. Machiavelli stated that appearances are absolutely everything in society. In this sandbox, objective truth doesn't win the prize. The best story takes it all. If you finally realize that you've been sold a massive story your entire life, comment, "No more lies." From this exact moment forward, you are no longer a passive member of the audience. You are the author. Master this art, and you will never again desperately chase validation, attention, or fame. You will craft them. Because he who shapes the cultural story fundamentally shapes the systemic machine, and that machine prints the money. Law 6. The law of substitution. Now you understand how powerful stories move the world. But the wealthy do not stop at controlling perception. They actively control substitution, the calculated power to systematically replace their own physical output with the energy of others. This is Law 6, the law of substitution. The formula is incredibly simple, yet deadly accurate. A basic worker trades their finite time for cash, while a ruler trades scalable ideas for other people's time. Who works harder? Who makes more money? Who sleeps soundly at night? The answer will always remain the same. Always remember, money does not flow to the individuals who move the most. It flows directly to those who position themselves so strategically that everyone else's movement automatically feeds into their bank account. That is the ultimate Machiavellian secret. Power doesn't originate from raw effort. It originates from position. When you master substitution, you stop being an employee and transform into an empire. Law 7. The master of illusion. When you fully implement the law of substitution, you start noticing the hidden strings controlling society. But Machiavelli revealed a concept even deeper, psychological law so potent that those who master it rule the absolute world of human perception. This is Law 7, the law of illusion. The world is not ruled by objective truth. It is ruled entirely by what appears to be true. Diamonds are fundamentally just rocks. Luxury brands are just basic fabric. Fiat money is literally just paper dyed with dark ink. Yet through the masterful deployment of illusion, these objects wield absolute power, command immense value, and dictate the lives of billions of people. Their elites do not sell physical products. They sell raw emotional states. They sell meaning. If you've ever been completely fooled by a polished image, a powerful brand, or a charismatic leader, comment: illusion rules the world. Even when you are consciously aware that it's an illusion, you still find yourself wanting to believe in it. Machiavelli understood this human flaw perfectly. He who dominates public illusion completely dominates the crowd. In our modern digital landscape, illusion has become the single strongest currency on earth. The truth doesn't move global markets. Belief does. And once you learn how to actively shape human belief, you no longer need to chase power. Power will bend toward you. Law 8. Strategic awareness. Once you understand how to manufacture illusion, you begin to spot the structural cracks in human behavior. That is where true sovereignty manifests. This brings us to Law 8, the law of exploitation. The word exploit sounds incredibly harsh to the average person, but a Machiavellian perspective reveals that exploitation isn't evil, it is pure, unadulterated awareness. In the arena of power, if you refuse to strategically exploit the opportunities of the world will ruthlessly exploit you. The powerful aren't simply smarter, they are completely awake. They observe what the average crowd completely overlooks: unutilized value, wasted energy, blind emotional reactions, and unprotected fear. While the masses waste time complaining, the strategist acts in absolute silence. Think about human attention. Billions of people waste their finite lives mindlessly scrolling through apps every day. The hyper-aware capture that attention, effortlessly turning their distraction into a massive income stream and their confusion into absolute control. That isn't sinister manipulation, that is baseline reality. If you refuse to capitalize on these opportunities, someone else will gladly capitalize on you and call it good business. To simply survive is raw instinct. To strategically capitalize is intelligence. The world consistently rewards those who see reality clearly enough to convert chaos into currency. Law 9. The armor of withholding. You have learned how to capitalize on the world. But even the sharpest apex predators fall if they reveal too much of their playbook. The absolute single greatest mistake in the execution of power is overexposure. That is why Machiavelli prioritized the final law, the law of withholding. The more an individual talks, the faster they leak control. The more they explain themselves, the easier they are to map out and predict. And in the game of power, being highly predictable equals certain death. Our modern world completely worships transparency, absolute honesty, and total openness. But the reality is brutal. The more visible you are, the easier you are to completely destroy. Machiavelli wrote that he who successfully controls appearances completely controls mankind. Controlled appearances serve as your heavy armor, and strategic silence is the hidden dagger tucked beneath it. Highly powerful people never show their entire hand. They intentionally reveal just enough information to trigger intense curiosity, but never enough to surrender their control. Every layer of mystery they construct around themselves adds massive value to their personal brand. The less society knows about your metrics, the more they are forced to respect or fear you. Each word you utter is a piece of your personal power you are actively releasing into the world. Each moment you deliberately withhold it, you sharpen its edge. In this game, the loud are temporary anomalies. The silent become permanent legends. When the chaotic crowd is screaming for attention and you remain completely still, unbothered and unreadable, you cease to be a normal player. You become a presence. The untouchable code. If you have read this far, you are no longer the person you used to be. You have stepped across a psychological line that 99% of humanity will never approach, the line dividing absolute ignorance from total awareness. You now hold the 9 laws of Machiavellian wealth. With each law you have shattered a comforting illusion. You finally see reality for what it truly is. Not an emotional game of fairness, but a calculated war of perception, leverage, and control. If you are ready to stop begging for approval and start constructing real power, comment right now, "I choose power." This isn't arrogance, it is pure awake awareness. It is the exact moment you stop apologizing for being highly strategic. Machiavelli never taught people how to be popular. He taught them how to become untouchable. He never promised emotional happiness. He promised absolute clarity. When you fully master these laws, you stop chasing money. Money begins chasing you. You stop seeking external validation. Validation starts orbiting your presence. Because true wealth isn't just a number in a bank account. It is absolute freedom from external control. Years from now, you will look back at the crowd, and you'll see them still whining about fairness, still clinging to a morality they cannot afford, and still waiting for permission to be powerful. And you will simply smile, because you will know the ultimate truth: they don't. The world never rewards the good. It rewards the calculated. You don't need to be louder. You don't need to be faster. You just need to be completely inevitable. Move in absolute quiet. Build with deliberate calculation. Observe endlessly. And when the perfect moment arrives, strike a single time with absolute precision. The crowd will never see you coming. They will call it luck, but you will smile, knowing it was always pure design. Comment, "I choose power." Subscribe immediately if you are ready to go deeper into the dark world where Machiavelli, money, and advanced psychology merge. Where you don't just survive, you design your absolute destiny. Because the deeper we go, the darker it gets. And once you cross this line, there is no going back.